Hi there, it's Sandy with Home 123 Realty, back with another episode of Helpful Hints from your friends at Home 123. The market is pretty hot right now, and while that's a great problem to have, it can make it challenging for buyers since our inventory is pretty low right now. Sellers, on the other hand, are living the dream. They're getting offers quicker, and in more cases, we're seeing multiple bid situations. So today I want to talk specifically to those buyers. I want to make sure that when highest and best is called for, that my buyers end up on top. To start, first and foremost, you need to have a pre-approval ready. I can't stress how important this is for several reasons. You don't want to be out looking at houses, fall in love with something only to find that you can't afford it. Another thing is that a lot of sellers are demanding only pre-approved buyers come through, as they should. There's nothing worse than inconveniencing themselves and their families for someone that isn't even qualified to buy their home. Many agents won't show you houses until you're pre-approved for these very reasons. And I can guarantee you that if you ask me or any other agent, that they can recommend several fabulous lenders, so just get pre-approved. The next thing that I would suggest would be to consider increasing the amount of your earnest money. Earnest money is a show of good faith. It conveys to the seller that you're serious. If earnest money is typically $1,000 in your area, give 2 or 3, whatever you can swing. No matter what type of loan you're using, you will get those funds will get credited back to you at closing, which means it'll just reduce the amount that you need to bring at closing. Another thing would be to be flexible on your closing date. Most lenders are going to want you to put the standard 45, 60 days, which is great. Just convey to the sellers that you are flexible with that. With that, the lender can only go as fast as you let them. It's imperative that you get your documentation into them as quickly as possible. That way, then they can move to get a clear to close, making you a stronger candidate. Also, try to work with a reputable lender. While the sellers may not be familiar with them, their agents probably will be. And if they've had experience with that particular lender, if they've closed loans with that particular lender, if they know that they communicate and can get a hold of them when necessary, then they're going to be more likely to recommend going with that deal. Some people suggest writing a note to the seller, and I'm back and forth on this issue. On one hand, the sellers typically have an emotional connection to their home, and if you can show them through a letter how much you love the home and your family loves the home, maybe you can pull at their heartstrings and come out on top that way. On the flip side, if they know how much you love the home, when it comes time for repair negotiations after the inspection, they may also now realize that you're not going to walk away as easily, so they may be stronger at that time. So that one's debatable. Lastly, I want to say, be prepared to come in at your highest and best. You're not likely to get a second chance at this, so now is not the time to come in with a lowball offer. I do want to touch on seller paid closing costs. Don't think for a second that because you need seller paid closing costs, that's going to hinder your position in a multiple bid situation. If you have a good lender and a good agent, then you guys can make a perfectly structured offer that is mutually beneficial to the seller and the buyer. And that way everyone's happy. There you have it, folks. If you have any other questions for us, feel free to contact us on Facebook. You can send us a tweet, post on our Instagram, comment on our YouTube post if you'd like, or simply give us a call at 815-614-1590. Look forward to helping you find your way home.